And so in the end, this is, kind of wrapping up this idea, how do you actually then define impact? Or do you feel like you've already answered that question?
No, that's okay. I think my my approach, maybe rather than a definition, is that it's about asking questions. And that in general, what I think makes someone a good investor, right, whether it's finance or otherwise, is I am a hell of a know-it-all. I want to admit that up front. But I don't know everything, right? And particularly when I'm investing across so many different sectors and geographies, like, is wind energy going to work on Pine Ridge versus how solar is going to do on the Navajo Nation, or like, what is the right price for cacao? This is stuff that I, don't know intrinsically, but as a good investor, I know who to call and ask. Does that make sense? That like your value as an investor is, do you have people who will pick up the phone when you call and let you know what's what? And in that same way, there are times when I'm evaluating the impact of the company, this kind of circling back, I call the favela in Brazil. I'm like, hey, this intervention is designed to help. I know you're the teacher in the community. Would you use this product? Right? That's the type of feedback that I want to make sure I'm getting. And that these sorts of questions of, is this actually transformative impact, or is this kind of just messing at the margins of a broken system? Those are questions that you have to ask every time. And that anytime you get stuck in a definition, you're behind already. Does that make sense? So I think that's part of why I wouldn't want to set a standard. The closest thing that I've set as a standard was the transform finance principles, which are threefold. Balancing risk and return between investors, entrepreneurs, and communities, making sure to add more value than you extract, and then engaging communities in design, governance, and ownership, right? And those are very broad, and I think that's the point, that they're going to apply differently in any particular situation. But that we have to constantly ask those questions in whatever we're doing, and be asking the right people if we're going to be able to get to impact.